Welcome to the Nanny. Here we partner with parents in raising godly children and children with good morals. Well, now we're on season two, and I am talking about why it's very important for children to learn how to walk while they are still young. In my first episode of season two, I spoke about they learn to be responsible early enough, and they learn the art of being persistent. And I related this to the growth and the development of our country, and also in a development of marriage, the good quality marriages, and even it helps them to be productive at their workplaces and businesses. So today I'm going to talk about hard work. Work helps us to work hard. We learn the art of working hard. Now, in life, we adults, of course, we have to work. You know, um, you have to wake up early, you have to go to work, and then there's team building. You have to take risks, you have to invest wisely. If you want your family to thrive, you have to work on it. You have to submit to your husband. You have to invest in your wife, you have to look after your children well. Basically, we cannot do without work. If you want to thrive in life, you have to work hard, you know. And even God Himself, He worked. He worked for 6 days. On the seventh day, He rested. So, work is very important. And as you work, you learn to work hard. In other words, you have a goal to achieve, which will require you to work hard to achieve this goal. The Bible says, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands, and poverty will attack you as a bandit. Um, it also warns about sleeping during the planting season. When you sleep during the planting season, when the harvesting season comes, you'll have nothing to harvest because you have wasted your time of planting. That is basically being lazy, you know. So it's very important for us to learn to work hard. Now, there's a proverb that says, charity begins at home. All of us, before we all grew up, when we were kids, we learned values when we were still at home. And one of the values that we need to learn is to work hard. It's important for us to teach our children to work hard. Now, for them, they start by learning how to do housework. Before they go out into schools or before they go out to work, out there when they're grown up, they learn to work at home by doing housework. One thing that I've realized in homes is that why children do not want to do housework is that with our parents, the way we introduce housework to the children is not in a right way. We introduce it as if it is a punishment. You tell a child, oh, you've not done your homework, tomorrow you're doing the dishes. You've not done this and this, you're the one who's going to sweep the house. You haven't done this and this, you're the one who's going to wash the bathrooms. So it's like a punishment, you know. So even when you tell a child randomly, please go do the dishes, they don't want to do it because to them, why are you punishing them for having done nothing wrong? You understand? So they view housework as a punishment, and yet it's not a punishment. Work is not a punishment. It is a blessing from the Lord, you know. Work is a gift from God. If I may ask you, mothers and you fathers, wouldn't you want to have a clean house or food ready when you come back home from work? Wouldn't you want to find clothes clean and folded well and kept in their wardrobes? Or would you want to have a disorganized, dirty house? And my question is, so is we the mothers, when we do housework, are we being punished? And what are we being punished for anyway? When we bring households in our homes to help us with housework, are they being punished? And who is punishing them? And punishing them for what? You see, so housework is not a punishment. It's an obligation. It's a gift from God for us to enjoy our lives in a clean, organized environment. So if we keep introducing housework to children as though it is a punishment, that's why they do not want to work. So you find a child grows up, they do not know how to work hard. When they go into employment, they can't work hard, then they are fired. When they get into marriages, They can't maintain their marriages because they do not know how to work hard to maintain their marriages. When they get into influential positions, they can't handle, because to have a successful marriage, or to build a country, or to be successful in business or your work, you have to work hard. But if you do not have that art within you to work hard, then you cannot make it in life. So, parents, we need to go back to the drawing board and let our children know that housework, is not a punishment. It's an obligation. It is a gift from God. Yes. I mean, even Jesus Christ worked. He was a carpenter, he worked. Yes. And it's important for us to instill it in our children that we need to work every day. The same way we adults go to work every day. They need to get into a habit of doing work every day, you know, until they get to a point whereby they are not grumbling about housework, and they don't have to be told about housework. Then there, okay, the child has learned. They have mastered the art of work, you know. So before they go out to work in their schools, maybe housework in their schools, or maybe businesses here and there when they grow up, employment, they need to start from home to learn the art of working hard. How can you do this? Start small, and don't think that your children are too young to learn. No. I remember I was in a home where I nannied, and there was a 1 year old. And we taught the child how to learn, we taught the child how to take the plate to the kitchen. You point at the plate and you point at to the kitchen. And the kid would go, and the kid learned, and she mastered it. She knew, when I'm done eating, I carry my plate to the kitchen, whether into the sink, if she can't fit, maybe on the counter, something like that. You understand? So let's teach our kids to work, put up a rota. If it's holiday time, I mean, give them maid a break, where I nannied once, we used to, during the holiday, yes, we had a timetable, and everyone had a particular home housework to do, and they would do it in rotations. You understand? Then on Sunday, we'd give the maid an off. So it was me and the children to work. We cooked lunch, would have prepare something for the evening as well, and the maid would be off. You understand? That's how the kids learned how to work. And with time, there was no one grumbling about, I don't want to cook, or nothing like that. So it is very important. Yes, at times, if we delay to teach our kids that, when you start to teach them, it may be hard. They will grumble, they will pull their mouths, they give so many excuses and things like that, But do not give up. At the end of the day, you'll be so grateful that you pushed right up to the end, And then for those who are young, 1 year old, start now and teach them. Tell them, baby, come, let us go and fold clothes. Let them see you folding the clothes. You say, baby, now can you take this dirty clothes to the basket? Point to the basket. No, they understand. With time, they get to learn, and they get to know what to do without being told. But you need to start early enough. Now, when they have learned how to work hard, when they get into their marriages, they will persist when challenges come, because they have the art of working hard. They have the art of persisting till they reach their end goal. When it comes to employment, they will also work hard. They won't break because they know, okay, fine, this one I can do. I can try this and try that. I'll keep pushing until I break through. Leaders, the same thing. So if we have like a cohort or a generation of children who have been taught the art of working hard, when they grow into the influential areas or places in a country, we'll have a developed country. That country will develop and get better and better. But if we do not teach our kids when they are young how to work hard, the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. When he or she grows, he will not depart from it. So when they learn to work hard when they are still young, when they grow, they will not depart from it. But if we train our children to be lazy when they are young, When they grow, they will not depart from being lazy as well. And we, the mothers, especially with the mothers, will carry that burden. We'll feel that pain. So please, let us teach our children how to work hard, the art of working hard and not giving up until they have attained, they have achieved the end goal. All right. Thank you so much. Bye bye.